Hey, it's a brand new week. Welcome to the Daily Dose. And today, what I want to do is get some godly advice around the area of finances. And here's what you have to settle. Like the one thing that you have to settle is simply this: who owns it all? Who owns it all? So I want you to think about today as you're waking up and as you kind of get ready for the day, as you're looking around, I want you to ask yourself, who owns this? See, the temptation, if you're like me, is to say, well, I own this. I paid for this. I worked hard for this. But here's some godly advice. When we zoom out, we find that what scripture says is that God is the owner. Psalm 24:1 says this: the earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. The earth is the Lord's. Why? Because he created it. Remember last week we talked about how God is a worker? Well, he's such a good worker that he created everything. And since he created it, he's the owner of everything. That means everything that you see and everything that you earn and everything that you have really belongs to him. And you have to settle this one idea, this one reality in your heart. You know why? Because it will properly position you in response to the area of ownership. If he owns it, the old school term would be this: then you just steward everything. But for me personally, I like the word manager. If he's the owner, if he's the boss, if it's all his, then what he asks of me and what he asks of you is to manage everything to his glory. So this week, as we get into this area of finance, the fundamental, the foundational principle, the thing that you need to settle, we need to be reminded of this truth, and we need to come to reality to say, you know what, God, none of this belongs to me. It's all yours. And so, God, will you teach me to manage this in a way that would glorify you? In fact, here's what I want you to do before your feet hit the ground or wherever you are right now as you're viewing this content. I just want you to say this prayer: God, you're the owner. God, forgive me for trying to own it, control it, buy it, earn it. It's all from you. It's a blessing. You own it all. And now, God, would you teach me over the course of the next week and weeks to come to manage this to your glory? All right. I'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Dose.